Well, we're back again. She actually came back this week. I'm so proud. We didn't scare her off last week.
We tied me to the chair. I couldn't go with her.
It happens. Wait, no, not that. That doesn't happen. Oh, Lord.
Well, she said it. He meant it. I don't have no part of this TV show. I didn't tie nobody to nothing. YouTube. What are YouTube doing? Wait a minute. So anyway, this is I don't even know her anymore. This is Dana. I'm Roger. That's Big Chris behind the camera there. Actually, on the side camera, whatever you want to call it.
Wherever I am.
And I'm here. Yeah, he's here. We're at The Armchair Sports. Go see us at thearmchairsports.com. Also go to our Facebook, our YouTube, our podcast wherever you get podcasts. Go to podcasts wherever you get. Everybody says. Our Twitter. You're our Twitterer.
I'm not our Twitterer. I don't know anything about Twitterer.
We just got a new TikTok too.
Yeah, we did.
That being said, let's go ahead and get this out of the way.
You want to go ahead and...
Yeah, let's go ahead and do her. And wait a minute.
Wow. No,
let's put her
a video.
Wait, okay. What's your name? What's her name again?
Her name is Becca.
Becca.
Yeah.
On Twitter. I mean on TikTok. Becca on TikTok.
Too many.
This is some of the funniest stuff I've seen all week. If you need a laugh after that Georgia game and you're not Alabama, you need to check this out.
I think we need to redo all the divisions for the NFL, and I think I figured out how it should be done. First and foremost, I don't think it's fair that different species have to compete against each other. Cats shouldn't fight birds shouldn't fight cats. I understand they're natural enemies. However, they have completely different skill sets, and it doesn't make sense for them to constantly be fighting each other for like the same prize. So I think there should be a whole division just for cats. And then I think there should be a whole division just for birds. I think they really should get to shine in like their own unique category. Once you've done cats and birds, it gets a little more confusing. But I believe there's a space for the horses and horse adjacent things. So that would be the horses division. So here we've got obviously horse, and then cowboys ride horses, thus they belong in the horses category. After that, I just believe, again, humans deserve their own division. It's not fair to have a human compete against a bear. It's not going to win. Obviously, these are all types of people. These are all, like, people, so they should all be together. And then lastly, I just think there should be a special place for things that aren't real. For example, giants, titans, Vikings, I understand Vikings were real at one point. I've never seen one. They're not real. And they shouldn't have to compete against things like people that are real. This, I recognize, might be controversial, but I think this is in the spirit of what the teams intended. I don't fully know what a packer is, but people who pack things at Amazon, that is a job that feels very working class. So I feel like that all would belong in one division together. Just anything that's here to pay homage to like the working class man. So chasing, I feel like that's just anything that would chase you. Anything that would chase you down should be in its own group. It should only be fighting with itself. And then lastly, this also alternatively could be called the noun division. And this is where things would just go that are just really just nouns. For example, jet, just kind of a type of plane. I don't really know why it's a team. I think we need to
So yeah, that to me is it's a hair. You can go to B Trait on TikTok, and you could you could follow her. But tell the story, Chris, about what the NFL did.
Oh yeah, they actually commented on her post. They said, "You got our attention. Let's talk." And she replies back, "No need to talk about it. My new divisions are flawless."
Hilarious. This I don't know where she came from, but that is just awesome. But my favorite thing was she said these other divisions were confusing. The horses and all this mystic characters and the working class. Like cats and birds weren't confusing. I don't understand. Why are those two not confusing and the rest are? I don't know. I just found that hilarious today, and I wanted to bring it up. Somebody sent that to me. Oh, my son out in L.A. sent that to me. I don't know what they're drinking in the water in Los Angeles, but it's not real NFL teams. So anyway,
There you go. I don't know.
so you seen anything? Oh yes, you. What's your friend's name? Monty. Monty has a couple of jokes. You want to tell those jokes or not? You want Monty to do it?
I don't think I want to do them again.
Again, well, if you want to see them, go to our Facebook or our YouTube, any of those, any of our podcasts. She did a couple of jokes from Monty on our on those,
And apparently they weren't that funny when I delivered them. But
they were funny. I just didn't understand them.
I mean, you understood the Kirby Smart.
Yeah, they're about Kirby Smart and Nick Saban. Of course, this week that's what we.
And the ice cream and the vitamins. I mean,
So now she wants to tell about the jokes, but she don't want to tell the jokes. Okay.
I mean,
Um,
you didn't laugh as much as I wanted you to laugh. 'Cause
Hey,
I've been laughing all day at it, but
I got a quick way for them to go to our website and get to all the other places. If they click right there, or they scan with their phone right there,
yeah.
that'd be perfect. They will
Oh,
be
that.
able to-
Oh, you got our scan.
yeah.
Scan.
Hey, look at that.
So
Wait.
easy.
It's a Scantron. We call
it's
that.
not a Scantron.
we
It's
call-
a QR code.
We call that a Scantron. He calls
don't
that.
drag me down in this.
You said that earlier. Wait a minute. Now she gonna throw me on the butt. Okay, I'm calling it a Scantron. So go to that QR code. It's right there on the screen.
Keep going with Scantron. I
and
like it.
Scantron QR code. That little box that says "Scan Me."
Yeah.
Go to that. They'll take you anywhere to hear her lame jokes, and
How rude.
and
Right?
Monty's jokes, and not Monty Hall for those of you that are my age, but Monty
Who?
nonetheless.
Whoa.
Yeah, he just threw me under the bus, didn't he? That's okay. You know, this is a sports show, and we've really not talking about anything but birds and couches and cats and tying people up and things. So let's move on.
You had to go
All
there.
right, had to go. Well, you guys said at the beginning. I was just on the outside
Sports.
of the chair.
Sports.
Yes.
Sports.
So there's a
Sports.
game this week. There's a game today, right? I've heard there's a game or two.
Oh, there's the Army Navy games today.
Yep.
And then also
Go Navy.
Valdosta, go Army. Valdosta State University's playing in Valdosta, Georgia for the semifinals of the Division II playoffs.
Mm-hmm. At
And-
noon today, right?
At noon today, and there's also I'm kind of conflicted, not conflicted. Give me another drink this morning. Somebody forgot to fill my cup up.
No, I think that you filled it up just
I
fine.
must have. So, because up in Arapahoe, Georgia, they're doing like a little Christmas thing up there in your golf carts and you
Parade.
you decorate them, and then so the kids have a parade, and then Santa and singers and all kind of stuff in Arapahoe, Georgia, and so that's where I live. So I'm kind of like, do I go to that or do I go to BSU
East of
game?
Tifton.
Yeah, it's just go. I take I-75 to Tifton, hang a right, 17 miles. You're in Arapahoe. Watch police out there though. They'll write you a ticket too, going out on Highway 82. I think yes, Highway 82 towards Waycross. But anyway, or you could go to the BSU game. They're going to be playing. Who is that? The
miners.
yeah,
Something.
the School of the Miners or something like. They're actual miners. It's a minor school or something like. Not a minor like in kids, but like in shoveling.
As in like the Seven Dwarves. Like
Yeah,
the
yeah. Well, it's not the Seven
MINER.
Dwarves either.
But like they're miners and like.
Oh, they're mine.
Yeah.
I thought they were just little kids.
Okay, let's just stop. Let's just.
Snow White.
And
the
they
Seven
were like
Dwarfs.
diamond miners, weren't they? Like.
Yeah.
Yeah, see?
I never watched that show. So anyway, moving right on. I thought you were talking about the Smurfs there for a second.
It's a whole different thing in itself.
Oh, are they really? I thought those two were.
Let's just circle back.
Oh, hey, she's got it. She's got the circle back down. I love it. All right, so yeah, VSU will be playing at noon today. So that's going to be a good one. We'll be out there. So give us a shout out if you come out and you see the show. So I mean, that's going to be a really good ball game. We're going to get into that a little bit later as far as the statistics and the way it may fare out for Valdosta. We were talking about this on our other show, our Tuesday show. can you imagine if Valdosta, they go to the national championship and they win the Division II national championship, and then you've got Georgia, if they could somehow get past Nick Saban and your jokes to the national championship.
My jokes are going to help spur the
Oh,
on.
is that what it is?
That's,
Is that what it is?
It's encouragement.
And they can win that, and the Atlanta Braves have won. They're already won the World Series.
Mm-hmm.
The Falcons, they're not even going to get the playoffs, so we're not worried about that. But we could, for the Atlanta Hawks, we could cheer for them. Can you imagine what Georgia will represent in all that sports? Just great communities. Now you got baseball, and so you're not really, you've got them all. You've got all the sports. So I think it'd be pretty cool if that happened. We're a long way away from that because they still have to get behind get past the Mines, and then the School of the Mines, and then Georgia has to get past Michigan, and then Georgia has to then beat Alabama, who's going to slaughter Cincinnati. But that's just a total different story. So I'll tell you what, let's get into that. Let's go ahead and do that right here off the kick. What's our time looking like, Chris? We got about 2 or 3 minutes. So the AP poll not the AP poll, the BCS poll is out. It's been out all week. Do I agree with it? Because this is not what I said last week, is it? What I thought was going to happen, Michigan was going to stay at 1. That obviously didn't happen because Georgia just did not show up to that ball game.
They showed up. They just didn't.
They didn't do anything.
They didn't do much more than
they were there.
Yeah, and I've talked to several people this week, and even right after the ball game, what it looked like is Nick Saban had his team ready to play, and they looked like if they lost, they were leaving, and they didn't want to leave. Mm-hmm. Georgia looked like if they lost, they knew they were playing again, so it did not appear that they were there to play the game. One of the big things I did notice in that ball game was that Nick Saban did one great thing. I think you and I talked about this earlier. Was that Nick Saban played fast, which kept the 2 defensive linemen of Georgia on the field. Mm-hmm. By keeping them on the field, they were tired, or keeping them off the field where they couldn't get to the rush, because look, they in no way did they do anything to that quarterback. Young just went outrageous on them. You watched the game?
I did watch the game.
Tell me about it. And what did you think when they were playing?
I thought that you were going to be wrong with your prediction when I was watching them play.
Yeah, you're absolutely right there. I was wrong totally.
I think I was texting you during most of the game saying, "Where's that 15-point lead at?"
Well, I was switching that around.
I gave you the end of that. But
yeah, she gave me that night. She said, "Look, your 15 points came true." It was just in the opposite direction. So I tell you what, hold on to that for just a second. What we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and go to commercial, and we're going to circle back to what you thought about the ball game.
Okay.
Need a website for your business? Let Shadowfox Design help. We will design and build your website so you have more time for your business. We will help with all your online needs so you have more time for your customers. Learn more and get started now by going to www.shadowfox.design. Research less and relax more with eTravel Anytime. Let us help you decide which Sandals destination is best for your romantic getaway, or help you choose the family resort that is best for your vacation. We can also help you decide which cruise is best for you and your family. Tell us your preferences and we can narrow down your choices. Contact us today so we can help you plan your next vacation. Call 229-300-3691.
Talking about a squirrel.
Yeah, squirrel.
If you're gonna talk, you've got to pull yourself up on the screen.
Oh my goodness.
So
every time.
Now talking about squirreling. Look at you.
That's exactly what I do. I forget things.
You only have. They can't see it over there. Well, no, because you squinched yourself up there. Open your screen up a little bit.
Okay. You want me
Look
to
at that. You only have 1, 2, 3, 4 things to watch and the soundboard.
Yeah.
you wanted me to add another one, didn't you?
No.
Where'd that no come from? Anyway, okay. Enough of you. Let's get back to
Enough
football.
of me. All right.
All right. So, it ended up Alabama, Michigan, Georgia, Cincinnati. Thank God Ohio State's looking inside from the out. Looking outside in. They're not looking, they're not there. Let's put it that way. And my question is, was Notre Dame, with their coach, Kelly, was he a genius or what? Because he foresaw that they weren't going to make the playoffs and left before the playoffs.
He did jump ship.
He jumped ship really quick, but is it good that he jumped ship? Now he's just like, he looks like a genius for doing it. Let's see. We don't. There's just no telling. Now, you were going to tell us what your thoughts about the game were.
They were sad.
Really, that's a heck of a commentator there.
No,
what's your thoughts on the game, ma'am?
Oh, it
sad.
It was funny because I kept texting you during the game, going, "Oh my gosh, do you see this? Do you see this? Do you see this?" Because you were like adamant that you thought Georgia was going to lead.
Did, yeah.
And I too foolishly thought that.
I'm gonna tell you what I think, and it was. I think they were like a 7 point difference. They were supposed to win. I mean, even the Vegas lines were at 3-7, something like that.
But by the second quarter, I was like,
it was over with. Yeah.
This is.
Let's look at that real quick. By the second quarter, all right. In the first quarter, Georgia was ahead 3-0. That was great.
Happy? Yep.
That was great. In the second quarter, Alabama came back and scored 24 points.
Say it one more time.
24 points in the second quarter alone. Where did Georgia's defense even go? I mean, unless they were that tired out, like we were talking about a minute ago, unless they got that tired, unless they were exhausted in that second quarter, because the offense scored 4. Everybody knew that Georgia's offense wasn't that great. They knew their quarterback play. They thought their running game would be good. And scoring 14 points in the second quarter is great. But to score 24 points in the second quarter, that is just on Georgia of all people.
It's phenomenal. 24 points.
It's ridiculous. It really is. But then at halftime, you come back out, and here's where the problem is. At halftime on, Georgia only scored 7 points after halftime. Alabama scored 17 points after halftime. That tells me Nick Saban went in there and made the adjustments, and Kirby Smart didn't make them. Or from what I heard, and I'm just saying, this is exactly what I heard Nick Saban say. This is what I was told he said in the locker room and then before the game. You know what I've been telling you all year? To do this, do completely the opposite of that, because they're ready for that, what I told you to do all year. They're not going to be ready for the opposite of what I told you. And sure enough, it's exactly what it looks like, because they beat them by 20 points. Almost 20 points, 17. So, look, all year I've been, Bryce Young doesn't look good. Bryce Young's not a great quarterback. Bryce Young's not this. Bryce Young's not that. Look, he came out and he just won the Heisman Trophy. 26 for 44. And the kid was throwing for 421 yards, 3 touchdowns, was throwing the ball standing on his head.
You changed your tune, didn't you?
Well, yeah, I changed. And one game shouldn't change a person that much, though.
But look at the game itself, though. I mean,
yeah, when you break down the statistics on exactly what was going on, it just, look, Robinson got 55 yards running. Young had 40 yards. He was the second rushing leader. And then Sanders got 21 yards. Receiving yards. This is phenomenal. Listen to this. 184 yards to one receiver with 7 catches. 97 yards with 6 catches to another one. 5 catches for 54 yards. 2 catches for 27. Right there. That means they were averaging almost 10 to 11 yards passing right there. Just to that receiver. And then another receiver, 2 catches for 21 yards. 2 catches to the running back Robinson, 2 catches for 16 yards. Then you had 2 more separated out here, 1 yard apiece for 13 and 9. He not only spread the field with the football, He was able to get these in chunks, in averages. Their average is 26 yards a catch, 16 yards a catch, 10 yards a catch, 13 yards a catch, 10 yards a catch, 8 yards a catch, 13 yards. 9. The averages are phenomenal, especially on Georgia. So what does that tell you? Alabama ran the ball for what? 95 yards plus 21 yards is 116 yards. They ran the ball. They threw for over how many yards? Look at your total yardage as far as, I don't even know what it is right now. It's probably on one of these other sheets back here. But the total passing yards is, let's see, 100, 200, 3, 4, 440 something yards or something like that. It's absolutely ridiculous for Georgia to give that up. Now, they didn't run very well against Georgia, but they were able to pick their defensive backs apart, and that's where Nick Saban is really good at going out and getting somebody to do something different. I sat here and talked this whole time. I'm totally sorry. It's phenomenal to see the difference. And I tell you what, you go through the stats on the Georgia stats, which should be your next page, this one right here, and right at the top here, you're looking at I'm still on Bryce Young. Go ahead with Stetson Bennett.
My gosh, this font is so small. 340 yards.
340 yards. 29 for 48.
Mm-hmm. 3 touchdowns. Right?
Here's the problem. What's that next category? Interceptions. He had 2 turnovers, and Alabama did not. He threw the ball. Somebody's phone is beeping. Is that me again?
I wonder whose phone it is.
Oh, that's me. Hold on, wait. We're gonna get this from a Marine. This is a Marine out of San Diego, California. 1 second, please. Hey, Mr. Whitehouse. This is your father. So I can't. How am I gonna put that? You're on the show with us here at Armchair Sports. You're calling from San Diego, correct?
Yep, that's me.
Yep, that's you. All right, we were literally just talking about the 24-41 loss from Alabama to Georgia. Give us what you think. This is just an impromptu. I just want everybody to know this is really impromptu. So he has no idea that he was coming on the show. He was just calling me because he calls me every night at this time. So go ahead. Do you want to tell us, or you want to call me back? I've never heard of a Marine that's so shy. All right, I'll holler at you later, buddy.
All right, love you, bye.
So, yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
You're good.
Interrupted us.
You're good. I was hoping he would actually give his thoughts to take
no,
away from me, but
he has never, for a loss of words, he's a captain in the Marine Corps. He flies helicopters, and I've never heard him do that ever in my life, and he's 37 years old now.
He's like, I'll take a pass on that. Hard pass.
Yeah, exactly. All right, go ahead.
All right, so I'm on James Cook, correct?
Yes.
11. First
First
up, this is not my fault. This font is like ridiculous.
Oh, yeah. All right, it's 11 for 38.
Okay, well, I can see that, but 11 for 38.
And then you've
and
got
3.5 average, right?
Mm-hmm. But see, the whole point right here is if you look at that, you've got carries, 11 carries, 6 carries, 7 carries, 7 carries, and 1 carry.
Mm-hmm.
You look at, you've got 16 carries for 1, 3 carries, and 8 carries for Alabama. They spread the ball out, which is great, but their average yardage running was way better than Alabama's. But then you get down to the passing. Georgia just did not have a passing game. 139 yards, so they had 250, 300 yards passing, but there's just they weren't getting in the end zone, and especially in the third quarter. It's just the comparisons are just phenomenal. And I don't know. Let's move on. I'm getting more, as aggravated as I was when I was watching a ball game.
Oh well, let's move on.
We just duplicated that.
I'm like, I got a lot of this stuff. Okay.
Here's what we was looking for. Go ahead, right? Keep going. Right here. I think it's this sheet here.
This sheet?
No, yeah, that one right there.
This one?
Yep. All right. So now what we're looking at is the total team stats. 449 yards for Georgia, 536 yards for Alabama. 340 passing yards for Georgia, 421 passing yards. Rushing yards, 115 to 190. So in first downs, Georgia actually had more first downs. Georgia had 30, and Alabama only had 25 first downs, which means they were moving the ball. Third down conversions, absolutely pathetic. 3 out of 12 attempts, where Alabama was 7 for 14. Georgia went for a fourth down twice, or 4 times, and only got it twice. Total plays, Georgia had 78 total plays compared to Alabama's 70 total plays. Alabama did have some great punts, though. They put the ball right down there in the 5, the 3, the 4 yard line. Had some great punts. Georgia had less penalties. Everybody was saying all week that Georgia had more penalties because of this, because of that. They didn't. They had 6 penalties for 45 yards. Alabama had 7 penalties for 85 yards. No fumbles lost. Here's the difference in your ball game right here, because one was a pick 6. You have the interception thrown by Georgia, which me personally, I think after that second one, they should have taken They should have taken Bennett out, and they should have added the other kid. Georgia had the ball almost, if you look at 10 minutes longer than Alabama. Because Georgia had the ball 34 minutes and 13 seconds. Alabama had the ball 25 minutes and 47 seconds. Statistically, if you look at this sheet, Alabama should have won this ball. Georgia should have won this ball game.
And yet, they didn't.
Nope. Why are you throwing stuff? She told me not to throw stuff. Now she's throwing stuff.
This is what you normally do.
Just crumble it up and pitch it. That's it. That's what it needs to be done. So anyway, that's, I don't know why I've got a second copy of that one too.
Just killing trees.
Killing trees. All right, so let's look all over the NCAA now. Let's look at this real quick. We got Georgia playing Michigan. I'm not on there yet.
Okay, I'm not even on the same thing.
Yeah, no. You got Georgia playing Michigan. So if Georgia's playing Michigan, that leaves Alabama playing Cincinnati, right? So everybody's saying they ate Kirk Street, and I just laugh because I'm not a great fan, but they gave him heck because they said the top 5. What was that? We were.
The top 5 really wasn't the top 5.
Yeah, the top 5's really not the top 5 or whatever. That extra group that they have in there.
So it's really the top 8.
Yeah. Okay. Here's what. Okay, the group of 5 refers to conferences that aren't part of the Power 5. The Athletic Conference, the Big 10, the Big 12, the Pac-12, and the Southeastern Conference, including conferences USA, the MAC, the Mountain West, and the Sun Belt, as well as the American Athletic Conference. That's of August the 10th of 2018. Now, before the show, we were both like, okay, well, who's in that then? So what we did is we did a little bit of research, and we found out that Temple, SMU, Houston, Navy, Tulane, Memphis, Cincinnati, and Tulsa are all in that. And why am I bringing this up? I bet you're going to ask that.
Why are you bringing this up?
See, I knew she was going to ask that. How smart am I? So, all those teams, if you think about it, right now, if Cincinnati goes in, now Cincinnati's been at the top all year long. If Cincinnati goes and plays Alabama, and they play Alabama they're going to lose. But let's say if they do it respectively, they play it 21 to
44.
No, let's say 21 to 28.
Oh wow, that's
okay. Let's just say that happens.
It could happen.
Then Cincinnati's going to be respected, right? But if Alabama comes in here and beats them 0 to 50, that whole group of 5, as they call it, they'll never get back in the top 10 because they're not going to look at them like they're actually a team to beat. Because if you're going to put them in the top 4 and they're going to come in and lay an egg and they're against Alabama, it's the worst draw right now that Cincinnati could have ever gotten. Worst draw anybody in the 5 could have got.
Yeah, that's a hard one.
I mean, the most pressure anybody in the NCAA right now is going to be Cincinnati. They have to show up and play a good ball game. If they don't, it's going to be a hard road for everybody else on the back end of that. Hey, Chris, you still awake? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No.
So what do you think they're going to do? I mean, honestly, how do you think it's
I
going to go?
I think Alabama's just going to go in there and spank them because of the strength of schedule, the way that Cincinnati hasn't played really anybody. Alabama's been tested not once, not twice, but 3 times in the SEC championship. There's just no way. I think that you're going to see a better game with the with the Georgia and Michigan game, and we'll talk about that in just a second. But the Georgia-Michigan game is going to be way far better ball game. Although I see Georgia coming back now, and Georgia saying, Kirby Smart said it last week on Monday or Tuesday of last week. He said, it's good that we lost because this is a wake-up call for us. So, I mean, it's one of those things that you've got to look at. What are we doing on time?
Yeah, we need to cut it.
Yeah, because you was in there looking at what? What was you looking on your phone? I looked back there and saw you. You was playing.
I was.
You had 5 computer screens up there, and then you got your phone going.
Yeah.
So you added a 6th screen in. That's what you do.
What I do.
All right, we'll circle back after this, guys.
Research less and relax more with eTravel Anytime. Let us help you decide which Sandals destination is best for your romantic getaway, or help you choose the family resort that is best for your vacation. We can also help you decide which cruise is best for you and your family. Tell us your preferences and we can narrow down your choices. Contact us today so we can help you plan your next vacation. Call 229-300-3691. Need a website for your business? Let Shadowfox Design help. We will design and build your website so you have more time for your business. We will help with all your online needs so you have more time for your customers. Learn more and get started now by going to www.
All right, there's several things happening behind the scenes here, guys. That last one was good. So I told you at the beginning of the show, a gentleman named Monty, he actually sends us a bunch of jokes, and we're trying to get him to come in and do some jokes for us. We're going to get to that in just a second. So before we went to break, I hollered out Chris's name. Chris, you up on the screen there. And I was like, It's Chris. I said, Chris, what are we doing on time? Yeah, we're doing fine. I said, you was on your phone. I want you to be honest with the viewers. Guess where Chris was while he was back there behind all this equipment now, this millions of dollars worth of equipment. Guess what he's behind? Go ahead, Chris.
I was on TikTok.
Well,
I was editing your profile.
He was editing a profile on TikTok while we're in the middle of a show. This is how we work.
I got a
people.
multitask.
The two of you at once. Okay. So anyway, so now the Yellowstone one. Read that joke. That's pretty funny now.
Okay, let me.
All right, Monty. This is Monty's joke. Now, again, we're gonna try and get him to do a whole segment. But anyway, go ahead.
And he would deliver it better than I would. But the Heisman Trophy Awards show is so irrelevant now. Shows I'd rather watch. Watch Yellowstone on mute. Watch Nick Saban clip his toenails.
Oh, that's so gross! Oh, man.
Watch Rudy on VHS. Listen to LeBron James discuss his own greatness for 3 hours.
He's so right. Go ahead.
And stare at Tom Brady's pale, shirtless draft photo for 3 hours.
Monty's got it. He's got it nailed down, folks. I'm telling you, we're gonna have to get him his own YouTube.
He actually wrote a book too. I'll have to plug that at some point.
What's it? You don't know what the book is, though, do you?
I do. It's like 100 days of weight loss. You know what? We'll come back to that because I don't want to mess it up. But
we don't come back to anything. We always circle back.
We'll circle back.
She's
to
just
it.
learning, folks. Don't hold it against her. We'll circle back to that later.
We'll circle back to it.
All right, let's get back on track here. Okay, so yeah, Army Navy game is today at 3:00.
Go Navy.
Go Army. And Army is 8-3, where Navy's 3-8.
Well,
what did you say? Did you say go? I heard that little squeak go. Go Army. What do you say?
they're due for a comeback.
That's positivity right there. That's good.
Yeah. So who are you picking on that one? We've got Army. I've got Army. He's got Navy. Who you got?
I'm probably gonna go with Navy. Just maybe.
Oh,
maybe they could do
just because. I don't want to hear it.
What's
I'm
up?
talking about.
I mean, they could do it,
They can do it.
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
can-
You got to root for the underdog, right?
right?
Okay, look, I'm moving on.
Until they're the
We'll
overdog, and then
we'll
you still
circle
root for
back.
them.
All right, this is one thing I just want to get clear real quick. Everybody's all of a sudden everybody's okay. Excuse me, Young Heisman. Young has 4,322 yards, right? Heisman candidate all day long. Everybody's always saying, but let's look at Wake. I think it's Wake. Is it Wake Forest or with Bailey Zappi? He has 5,545 yards. So that tells me that Young has a little bit of making up to do. Now the question is, what are the intangibles and what's his rushing and all that other stuff compared to? We'll have to look at that. But I mean, Young is not even third. He is fourth on the list. Mississippi State, Will Rogers. Will Rogers has 4,449 yards passing. And then, what is it? Brennan Armstrong from the University of Virginia. He has, you tell me how you end up this year. 4,444 yards.
What a great number.
No kidding. Just let's just add some fours on there and put it down from his stats. So, and from Pitt, Kenny Pickett, he is only, 3 yards less than Young at 4,319. So, I just, the hype is there because of the intangibles, I guess. I'm still not, after the ball game, he did a great job. He was throwing it, like I said, upside down and everything else. But if you're gonna look at stats, and it's not about the team, it's not about an individual, it's about the team, I guess is what they're looking at. But I thought the Heisman Trophy was an individual award, not a team award. So if you're going to do that, let's look at some of the other statistics that are on there. And it's just as I personally don't understand it because he's on Alabama. Let's give it to him. So yeah, that kind of bothered me, and I won't bore you with all the other stuff that's going on here because there's 5 people on the interception chart that have 5 interceptions and one that has 6, and he's from Oregon. So, all right, what we're going to do, because we're going to dedicate most of this show because there's not a lot of football going on today, but being in the Valdosta area and the recruit in the Tallahassee area, the surrounding areas, all the way up to, they recruit everywhere, but they get a lot of home people here to go to VSU. So we're going to talk about VSU. It is actually on ESPN Plus. You can get ESPN Plus. You just have to go on your Fire Stick or on the computer. Get ESPN Plus. It's on at noon. They're playing the Colorado School of the Mines. Now that's minors. That's not minors.
Mines.
Or not
Mimes.
There's no
That
M's.
would be really, really cool.
That would be a cool football. Didn't we talk about that last week?
Yeah, we did. Yeah,
We
that,
did, we
that
did.
was, yeah, that was fun.
So they made it here, and for some reason on the radio last week during the ball game, at the end of the ball game, the announcers kept saying that Valdosta State was playing Shepherd. They're not playing Shepherd. They're actually playing the School of the Mines, and they'll be here at noon. I think they're coming into town. They came into town. They better already be here because this show's fixing.
I'm like, it's about to start playing.
Yeah,
so.
no kidding. So they'll, if I'm not mistaken, they got into town on Wednesday or Thursday. So, but then the national championship game, which is played on ESPNU, and it is actually in McKinney, Texas, at 9 p.m. Eastern, and I don't even know the date. Oh, December the 18th. December the 18th. So. Some more notable games for conference schedules would be the American versus the National. And it sounds like Google is going off in the background. Hey, Google, stop. That was Google. I must have triggered Google by saying something. But if it goes wrong, it goes on this show. What can we say? Saturday, January the 29th. Anyway, the There's going to be the Rose Bowl at Pasadena. There's that American versus National. I don't know what that is. And then Thursday on February the 3rd is the East versus the West. And then on Saturday, February the 5th is the National versus the American again. I guess it's a rematch. And I have no idea, so we're just going to move on.
Okay.
All right. And then the coach for, I think there's one other thing I wanted to go on before. No, this is all VSU. All right. The coach for Valdosta, we went over him last week, golf. And the coach for the Mayans that's coming in he's been coach of the year 2 times, 2018, 2019. He's been the REMAC championship. He's won it 3 times, 16, 18, and 19. NCAA appearances, he's had 3, 16, 18, and 19. Highest national ranking was number 6. The Helen Hill Trophy winner once. All-Americans, he's had 12. Academic All-Americans, he's had 11. All-Region, he's had 16. The REMAC Player of the Year, he's had 1. The REMAC Academic Players of the Year, he's had 2. The Colorado Scholarship Athlete of the Year, he's had 3. All REMAC, I don't know what REMAC is, but it's probably one of their divisional things out there, is 105 All-American. And then the REMAC Bachelor Award, or what's that, Breechler? Is that Breechler?
I don't know. I have a sheet.
You don't have that sheet. Is that Breechler?
I think that's Breechler.
Breechler, whatever that is, they have one of them.
Way to go, man. Way to go.
His total record is they didn't play in 2020 because of COVID. But 2019 was 12-1, 2018 10-2, 2017 7-4, 2016 10-3. They made it to the second round, the first round, and the second round each year. They did not make it in 2017 or 2015. So I say all that to say they're coming in here hungry. If VSU goes into this ball game the way that Georgia went into the Alabama ball game, VSU is going to be sitting here with us next week, and maybe one of them be on the show. So it's one of those. It's one of those things that. What do you have over here? The font's a little bigger on that one.
It is a little bigger on this. I have a lot of VSU stuff.
Okay. And what are the overall? Is that the overall stats for VSU?
It's overall stats.
Okay. Tell me some overall stats for VSU for some of their players.
So Nick Moss. What does solo mean?
Solo tackles.
Okay. Well, he has 32.
32 solo tackles.
What does the GP stand for? Let's just test your knowledge here.
I have no earthly idea.
Okay.
I don't even know what you're looking at. Let me see this. I don't think I have this.
Well, good, because...
Defensive leaders. Okay, defensive leaders, those are tackles.
Okay.
These are sacks. And this is defensive passes, fumbles, and blocked.
All right. So, Nick Moss had, is it 4.5 to 22
Yep.
tackles
Yep.
versus yards? No?
No,
No?
hold on. Look, right here. Okay, here. I got you. I'm right here with you.
Be kind, people. Be kind.
That's okay. Okay, I'm going to give you the background, okay? Dana is sports inclined, but she's doesn't know a lot about sports. That's why I love her, because she's willing to come on here and do this and try. And she got some bad negativity back this past week.
Not terrible. It
well,
was just...
It's not terrible, but people shouldn't say some of the things they say, and I'm going to take up for you, and I'm sorry. I think she's doing absolutely a fabulous job. If you see this, please reach out. Go to our Facebook or any of our Twitters. How many Twitters we got?
I mean, we only have you can go to all.
You can go to all. Yeah. So go to Twitter, go to Facebook, go to our homepage, go to YouTube, go anywhere. Tell her what a great job she's doing. And again, this is her first time. She's been on radio before, but she's never been on television. So she was kind of nervous last week, really.
Yeah,
bad.
radio's easier. Nobody has to see your face. No one has to see you.
Nobody has to see you at all. So, I mean, you're doing a great job. So we'll just move on. All right. Anyway, so those are the defensive leaders. The totals in tackles is 104 tackles. Nick Moss with Valdosta State University. Now, I'm not looking at tackles here, but somebody like that should get a good look from the pros. But let's do this. I'm looking for a kid named Brian. When we were at the thing this week, here he is. Brian Sounds. He has 1,136 receiving yards. This kid was phenomenal. He has punt returns. He's at 151 yards in punt returns, and he has 30 yards in kick returns. He has a total of 1,317 for 109 yards average. This kid, I mean, he was catching the ball, and you would think there was no way for him to catch it, and he was mossing it. All right, what's going on, Chris? Go to the screen.
I don't want to.
Go to the screen. What's going on, Chris?
I was just reading some of the names of the people, and
He's on TikTok.
Are you on TikTok?
He's on TikTok. I don't know why you would ask
stay
him.
on TikTok.
Yeah. No,
All right, we're going to ban him. Hey, if y'all go to our TikTok, guys, and you'll see what he's talking about. Go on there and friend us and like us. How do you do that on TikTok? I don't know.
And apparently it's really funny.
Yeah.
Because
So what is it? Tell me what's going on. Tell me some of the
It's
names.
just what? No, I don't think I can say.
Oh,
the name.
okay.
No, I'm not gonna say the name.
All right.
It was.
So, but tell them how they can go to our TikTok then. Maybe you want to spend all day on it.
Yeah, on TikTok it's The Armchair Sports.
All right, go to The Armchair Sports.
And it's our logo, so you'll know us by our logo.
And we'll circle back here in just a few minutes. Let him get his giggles out from TikTok.
Need a website for your business? Let Shadowfox Design help. We will design and build your website so you have more time for your business. We will help with all your online needs so you have more time for your customers. Learn more and get started now by research less and relax more with eTravel Anytime. Let us help you decide which Sandals destination is best for your romantic getaway, or help you choose the family resort that is best for your vacation. We can also help you decide which cruise is best for you and your family. Tell us your preferences and we can narrow down your choices. Contact us today so we can help you plan your next vacation. Call 229-300-3691.
about what?
Don't worry about it.
One.
I'm not worried about it.
She's worried about it. Don't worry about it.
I'm not worried about anything.
You're not worried about anything? Why not? What were you worried about?
Well, laughing at these jokes that
What joke?
I was. The jokes.
You're
that I was-
watching jokes in the middle of the.
I mean.
That's like him going. What was that name? You got to say the name now.
I
Put you
don't
back.
wanna say
Put
the
you back
name.
on screen. Everybody.
Do
This
it.
is why he just busted out spitting water all over the computers. Go ahead.
Do it.
Somebody's username was We Poopin'.
That's not how you said it. That's not how you said it.
Well, that's because it had like 500 O's. It's
All right,
We
go ahead.
Poopin'. So stupid, but yeah, funny at the same time.
Yeah, well, I gotta get the way you said it. It was. Anyway, get off TikTok, would you?
I wasn't.
He was
Now
on
I'm
Twitter. He's on
monitoring-
Twitter then.
He's on Twitter now.
No,
He's-
I'm monitoring websites.
This show has gone to hell in a handbasket really
there
fast.
are issues with
Straight.
servers today, so
Oh yeah, there was issues with servers today. That's right.
big issues.
No, that was last week. That wasn't today. That was Tuesday.
Well, whenever that
Wait,
was.
it's still going on probably.
Oh yeah. Well,
And
I'm
You
not
know
a
what
computer.
I mean.
I'm not a computer guy, so
So
I couldn't tell you anything
It had me
about it.
freaked out, so I'm like monitoring stuff.
That's right, because you actually have your own Facebook. You have.
Yeah, I do have my own Facebook as well. Yeah.
I'm glad
He's a
your
big boy
parents
now.
allowed you to have one. Yeah, no, you own your own, like website,
Web design business,
web
yeah.
design company and stuff. Yeah.
We've lost the power to speak here.
Oh man, I've got tears in my eyes and everything else. Let's just skip to the end here. All right.
Okay, what's
We got all this VSU crap that we're going to go over. VSU, I hope you win today. We're going to be there to support you.
we're gonna support you
All right.
either way.
And
but you're
then, all right, let's look at some of the college bowls that are coming up this next week.
I'm
and
totally
2 or
down
3.
going to the Bahama Bowl. I know you didn't want to talk about it, but
The Bahama Bowl.
I'm still pushing it.
Is
Chris, are
it
you pushing
actually
this?
in the Bahamas?
I mean,
It is, yes. It's
Yeah.
in the Bahamas. Like
Okay,
Middle
so
Tennessee versus Toledo. Who doesn't care
Look.
about this game?
Yeah, you said you wanted to take me to a game, so that's a perfect game to
And
you
take.
know
he's
what
a
I just brought
huge
home
Middle
this week?
Tennessee fan.
You know what I just brought home this past week, right?
What?
What?
I brought my
Opossum.
big boat.
Oh, a boat.
I
Okay.
brought my big boat home.
Well,
So it's sitting in the yard. I'm getting it waxed up. And then so we can skim right across the water and go over to the pond. I know a couple people over there, a couple fishermen. We went to the Bahamas. I think your mom and dad got us a cruise to the Bahamas, and we went over there fishing with some of his friends. Now they're our friends. I stole them.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that's doable. Next one.
I mean, you don't care about all these, do you?
Oh yeah, read that one.
Wait.
What is that?
Fishing on the way over and on the way back.
And while we're there, after we go to the ball game.
Oh yeah.
Then you're down, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, here you
Yeah.
need to go to this one.
The,
one?
the tail greeter cure bowl.
The tail greeter cure bowl.
Is it tail or tall?
The-
Tall.
It's tail.
Tail.
Tail. The tail greeter.
I know.
The
Tail.
I mean, that's like. Doesn't that allude to how people do the
Tailgating?
the tailgating?
Yeah.
I mean,
But
yeah,
But
totally.
just think about it.
Yeah.
But if you're not thinking about it, like you don't know anything about football, the tail greeter
Well,
cure bowl.
I've heard of tailgating before.
All right. Well, then you got the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl.
Such a great bowl.
Say that a couple times fast. The Cricket Celebration Bowl.
We can actually go to that
Wait.
one in Atlanta.
Cricket.
The Cricket.
Oh, like
Like
the
cricket-
phone
like
company,
Cricket
not the
Wireless.
game
Yeah,
from
yeah.
England?
Oh, what's his
Yeah.
name? What's his name that actually owns that company now?
I don't know.
What's his name? He does that commercial all the time. I'm the new owner.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I don't keep track of stuff like
What's
that.
his name? Anyway, you look. Well, don't stay off of TikTok and look that one up.
I don't know.
Okay, now here's the one I couldn't get. What is this one?
I don't know. I mean, of course you give this to me. PUBG or PUBG, Mobile, New Mexico.
Mobile. It must
If
be.
you guys know, please tell me. But
It sounds like it's a telephone.
well, I mean,
Something or
mobile.
something.
Obviously, it is of some sort.
All right, then we
A
need
guy
to get.
named John Dwyer is the president.
Yeah, but who's the owner?
I don't know.
Now this one caught me. Then I skip that one and go down to. Don't go to the landing tree. The Jimmy Kimmel L.A. Bowl. Does he sponsor that whole thing and take him on his show and have a show out there that night? That's something we're gonna have to watch
I know.
and see.
Well, we should just ask Jimmy Kimmel to.
That's
hook us up.
that's right. I tell you what,
I mean-
I
Or
gotta
you got him
give
on speed dial, do you?
I got to give a call. to him
Well,
later
maybe
this
I
week.
do. I mean, you don't know how I roll.
Yeah, no, you're correct. I don't.
What about the Arnell Carriers Bowl?
I mean,
No
yes.
idea.
No idea, but
Myrtle Beach Bowl?
I mean, I think we're all down to go to Myrtle Beach, though, aren't we? To
I'm
go check
always
this out.
down to go to Myrtle Beach.
Okay,
The Lockheed Martin?
You just skipped over the best one, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl.
The famous Idaho potato. Is that dude with the truck where he's always looking for his truck? You know what I'm talking about? Commercial, that old commercial. That he said, I can't find my Idaho potato truck.
No, I don't know
It's-
that commercial.
Oh, that's a funny commercial. You got to look it
I'll
up.
have to look it up, though.
The Frisco Football Classic Bowl. The
Sounds fun.
Easy Post Hawaii Bowl.
That made me hungry.
I would
The
totally.
Easy Post?
Frisco.
Oh,
Oh. Okay. Quick Lane Military. Ticket Smart. The
Surf Pro First
Surf Pro
Responder Bowl.
First Responder Bowl. All right, AutoZone. What is the SDCCU Holiday Bowl?
That's
What?
hard to say. It's what that is.
That sounds military.
It does, don't it? That has number 18 North Carolina in it, though. The Guaranteed Rate Bowl.
The Wasabi Fenway.
Wasabi, that's going to be a hot bowl to go to, no pun intended.
Cheese It.
The Cheez It Bowl.
How?
Clemson's playing in that one, and
And
they're orange.
Well,
Look at there. What kind of commercials are they going to have?
what about the Duke's Mayo Bowl?
Yeah, all right, I got to say this. She put out one of the stupidest jokes on Facebook. Y'all have to go. What's your is Dana David?
Yes.
On
And it's not
Facebook?
stupid. It was.
She does this joke. She does these things every morning. They're funny,
every
but
morning.
they're so funny they're stupid. You can laugh at it, and then you just have to shake your head for laughing. But it's anyway.
And
So
I'll
anyway,
laugh all day about it.
so you go to her Facebook so you can see that. That's pretty cool. All right, then the Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, which is Michigan State and Pitt. Oh, Oklahoma and Oregon are going to be playing in what is that? The Alamo Bowl. Let's see. Let's get down here to some of the other ones. Wake Forest, number 17, Wake Forest is playing in the Tax Slayer Bowl.
that
They're
sounds
playing
rough.
against Texas A&M. And let's move on down to Goodyear Bowl. Number 4 is playing Cincinnati. And that is in Arlington, Texas on the 31st at 3 o'clock. So Georgia got the catbird seat. So they're playing in the Orange Bowl, the Capital One Orange Bowl.
In Miami Gardens.
In Miami. The Orange Bowl's in Miami, February the 23rd. So they're actually coming on at 7th. It's a night game for them. Here's the problem. Michigan's never been to Miami. Georgia's been to Miami several times. Michigan's going to go down to Miami, and they're going to party their butts off the night before and forget they got a ball game.
Are you talking about Drew McIntyre?
Yeah. Okay.
I don't think he owns it.
You're so far behind right now. Anyway.
Yeah, I know.
Outback.
I'll bring thing up from 5 years ago.
And then you've got the All-State Sugar Bowl, which is Baylor versus Ole Miss in New Orleans on January the 1st. And then you got the Tax Act Texas Bowl. That bowl in Texas. I get Tax Act Texas. Say that fast. LSU with their new coach is playing Kent State. And I think Florida's playing on. They're playing in Tampa on the 23rd. Let's go and look for the 23rd. Yeah, Florida's playing USC on the Union Home Mortgage Gasparilla Bowl.
Oh, there's the Gasparilla Bowl that I so wanted to go to.
Yep, that's in Tampa. So you just wanted to go get some Gasparillas. Anyway. And then the national championship game is going to be on January 10th at 8 p.m. And we looked at this a minute ago. Do you know ESPN is carrying all but 7 of these games? And there's 50 of them or 60 of them. And ESPN's carrying every one of them on ESPN except for 7. And those are on ABC, which is owned by ESPN or Disney. So it's almost like there's one Fox game, there's one CBS game.
Wow.
2 ABC, 3 ABC, 4 ABC. So ABC and ESPN have all of these games. That and people don't realize
The
that.
monopoly, man.
It is. I mean, well, you've got one person that's owning everything. When you got Disney owns ESPN, ESPN owns ABC, ABC. It's ridiculous. So, what time are we at there, Christopher?
I don't know.
We're at 57 minutes, I think,
Yeah.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's getting about that time to wrap it up.
Yeah.
And look, I think you're doing a great job. I'm glad to have you back. Oh,
I agree.
one thing I didn't tell everybody. Next week, stay tuned. You got to come to our show next week. It's an all-female show. There's going to be Mama T's going to be here. You're going to be here, and we're kind of going back and forth between Erica and
Angie.
They're going to be in here, and so Mama T loves her sports, and I've already heard one of the conversations is something about the way the NFL pants look, and they look like they got a diaper on them. I'm like, what? Okay, but this is y'all's women's show, so I'm going to let them do the show the way they want to do the show. And it should be hilarious. So if you want to see 3 women talk about sports in a total different way, like what beautiful colors Michigan's uniforms are, be back here on next Saturday at 9 o'clock. We'll surely be glad to let you see what the women got to say about it. We'll see you later. We'll swing back to that next week.